is our camera going?
Where's that? Oh, it's the other way.
Is it? Where's this at?
Can you flip it?
I don't know. No, John, use Morgan.
What?
Here.
Okay.
This is perfect.
There we go. Sam Searing, everybody. Sam Searing. Please give us a minute here as we go through some technical difficulties. There we are. Welcome to this year's 2022 Our Family 8th Period Day Trivia. Sam, anything before we begin?
I'm pumped. I'm ready. I want to see who comes out on top. Who will bop to the top? Who will get in first place? Who will be last? Let's see about that.
Could not be more excited, Sam. A little bit about how this will work. What will happen is we will, or your teacher will, open round one. Teachers, there's a little bit of information. Go ahead and you click links to round one that you want to go ahead and fill in your last name, teacher last name only. We would like your classroom number, your subject area, and then it is going to ask you for an access code. Before we give you that access code, we will read through all 10 questions together. After we read through all 10 questions together, we will then give you that access code. At that point, the 7 minutes will begin. You'll have 7 minutes with your class to go through those questions, answer 10 multiple choice questions, and click submit. At the end of 7 minutes, we will keep reminding you in a countdown every few minutes on YouTube Live as to when that timer will go up. You just want to make sure at the end of those 7 minutes, you are ready to submit. Sam, anything before we look at questions in round one?
I don't have anything. I'm pretty good right now. I'm excited.
I am as well, Sam. Here we go. Teachers, if you are ready, you should have already plugged in your round one information. We are going to read the 10 questions. We will give you the access code, and then we will begin round one. Here we go. Question number one. What American colony granted more religious freedom to its inhabitants than the others? Question number two. What was German-American architect Mies van der Rohe's birth name? Question number three. What is the projection of kids who will become diabetic due to westernized diets? Question number 4. Which apparition of Mary spoke in the country's native language, which had been banned at the time of Mary's appearance? Question number 5.
It took an international team of scientists blank years to sequence and map all of the genes in the human genome. Question number 6. Sly and the Family Stone is well known for which of the songs? Question number 7. Food desserts are most likely to exist in blank communities. Question number 8. What country was formerly a part of the Soviet Union? Question number 9. What 16th century would power first colonize the Philippines? And question number 10. Blank is a process in which low-income homeowners are pressured to move by raising house markets from wealthier neighbors moving into the neighborhood.
Here we go. The access code is Roncalli with a capital R. Roncalli with a capital R. As soon as you plug that in, teachers, the 7 minutes will begin starting now.
We're going to do it from when you started talking.
What do you think, Sammy? Sammy, I'm taking bets here. I'm taking the odds.
You're taking the odds, Mr. Hasty.
The odds.
What are the odds?
The favorable odds are Mr. Hauser.
Ooh.
Mr.
Oh.
Hauser
Favorable odds to
going
win?
at a
You
1
are
to
too nice
50
to your friends, Mr.
rate.
Hasty.
Mr. Hauser, we are putting the pressure on
No.
Mr. Hauser's 8th period class
What is-
down there.
Mrs. Bone heavy.
Wow,
Yeah.
Mrs. Bone.
I like
Mrs.
Mrs.
Bone. The interesting thing is,
flyer
Mrs.
better represent Mrs. Bone.
Mrs. Bone is actually off 8th period.
You're right,
Off
you know
8th
that.
period.
Oh.
Wow. Guidance counselor.
School counselor.
School guidance counselor. Tell you what.
I think Mrs. Lowry's group got it.
Oh, is that your
Let's
eighth
go
period,
counting.
Sam?
Yes, yes,
That
it
is
is.
Sam Searing.
So
A little
they're
bit of
shout out to
bias
his
here.
eighth
A
period.
little bit of bias here with his 8th period.
No, they're very smart.
class.
They're very smart.
Those still working, you have about 5.5 minutes.
No one in yet. Who's gonna be the
No
first
one
to
in
submit?
yet. First one to submit. I'm putting my money on
I'll tell you who. I'm gonna put my Mrs. Anderson's 8th period.
Katie Anderson's 8th period. Katie Anderson's 8th period going to be the first to submit.
Yeah, you're in the frame.
Results are still coming in.
Oh, sleeper here.
Sleeper.
Mr. Stratton and Mr. Elbrick representing in the zeros.
Mr. Stratton and Mr. Elbrick, special guest.
Special
Coming
guest,
to
look what we
sport.
got.
8th period trivia.
What's up?
Rowdy.
Our very own Rowdy.
Our very own
Very own
Rowdy.
Mr. Hasty, what was the best part of our family day for you?
Ooh.
Best part of our family day,
Yeah.
I would have to say, man, liturgy was absolutely beautiful. Liturgy was absolutely beautiful, very powerful. Liturgy would get my vote. What about you, Sam?
Ooh. Right now, I'm liking the boards. A lot of people are going to the boards. They love the candy there. I bet that. All the
That's
food.
a good point. That's a good point.
That's
the tours in
If you come here tonight,
gym.
Tonight's the night. Our family days continue on what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. this evening through the main lobby. Enter into the BC
Food.
gym.
There'll be more food.
More food, more prizes, more
Fashion show.
more booths, fashion show, more music. We're excited.
We've
Results
yet to
are
have,
still-
yet to have a perfect score for the first
Results
round.
still coming in.
Yet to have
Still
a perfect
coming
score.
in. We are yet to have a perfect score. There's
Who's
no
it gonna
way that's
be?
possible.
Who's it gonna be?
Who's going to be the first perfect?
Who's gonna be the first?
My
perfect?
question is, has Mr. Hauser submitted yet?
I did not see Mr. Hauser.
Mr. Hauser, no dice yet. How about Mrs. Strebe? Mrs. Strebe has got to be
We got our first.
up there
100.
in the point
We got our
value.
first 10
First
out of
100.
10.
200s. 200s. Who
Boy,
are
they
they?
are surprises if I can't say so myself.
Surprise hundreds.
Surprise hundreds.
Who are they?
I can't tell you, Mr. Hasty.
I want to know who they
I wanna know
are.
who they are, too.
I'll tell you who
Who they
it's
are.
not. How about we tell you who it's not?
Who did
It is not Mr. Grimes.
This not Mr. Grimes.
Not
Mr. Grimes did
Grimes.
not get 100.
It is not Mr. Milroy, even though his prayer this morning 100 out
Mr.
of
Milroy's
100.
prayer on point.
100 out of 100.
For
How much
sure.
time do we have left, Mr. Hasty?
We have approximately 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
All right.
2 minutes.
34 responses in.
34 responses in. Still waiting on a few.
Still waiting on a few. It looks like. Yeah. Still waiting on about 8 or 9.
While we have Sam here, Sam, what'd you think of the wordle of the day?
I
Oh,
haven't-
no, you don't want
I-
the wordle? You don't want the answer?
I just
Well,
Well,
I
I
haven't-
mean, to spoil it, Mr. Hauser brings up a great point. Any other time, where I have the answer, you just tell me the answer. But now it's the wordle.
I don't know it yet. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I need to do it right now, though.
Haley Feltz, guest speaker here. Can you insert this into in a conversation in the next 2 minutes?
Probably. I don't want to say.
Just
it
do it
right now.
naturally. No, do it naturally.
Well, okay. Well, people are going to be listening.
Well,
Yes,
I
Allie,
wanna
people
say
will
it.
be listening. You're on YouTube Live, Allie. You're on YouTube Live.
Wait, did you do it yet? Okay. Has everyone done it in here?
I haven't.
Teachers, you got about a little over
I didn't
a
hear it.
minute and 50 seconds. A little over a minute and 50 seconds remaining.
it's 39 in, 38 in.
38 in. Still waiting on
How
a
many hundreds
couple.
do we have?
How many hundreds are we up to,
Great
Mrs.
question,
Maley?
Bridget Agresta.
Thank you.
Just the 2.
Post.
Still only 2
Can I see?
perfects. Still only
Oh,
2
Is this,
perfects.
like, surveys I do?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to help our math calculators, score calculators.
Are you? No, you can't show them.
I think it's from
What's up, guys?
Sam. How does it
Sam.
feel to be in the spotlight?
It's been a good Our Family Day.
For
You
real.
guys want to? Yeah.
For real.
Want to join?
Should we? Are we even allowed to get in the frame? I gotta ask you questions about who's gonna be in the frame.
I feel like this is a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you?
About,
That's it. Oh.
Is that it? We ready?
What kind of food's gonna be at our family day?
Lumpia. Lumpia. There's gonna be lumpia at the food. It's like egg roll.
We are down to, sorry to interrupt the evening.
Go
We are down to the final 30 seconds. 30 seconds and counting. Make sure you teachers submit your final answers in T minus 25 seconds. 25 seconds.
You know what I'm saying? Just the parents are asking about our family day food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So Sam,
Hello.
tell
What
me
is
about
it
this
called?
our family day food.
Lumpia. It's like egg roll.
For
It's
real.
mixed
Who's
with
gonna be
like.
able to tell if we're in it?
And
I
5,
think it's like
4,
I think
3,
I think you're in it.
2, and
1.
1.
I'll
That
see if we're in it.
is time. That is time. Time. Here we are. The correct answers. If once you click submit, it will no longer take answers starting now. Once you click submit, teachers, it should give you a link to round 2. Go ahead and open that link. As you're pulling up that link, teachers, and filling in the same information, classroom number, teacher name, while our mathematicians are working so diligently in New York City on Base Hub to get us a final count down 2 points, we will look at the correct answers. What American colony granted more religious freedom to its inhabitants than others? The answer: Rhode Island. Rhode Island. D. What was German-American architect Mies van der Rohe's birth name? Correct answer: B. Maria Ludwig Mikkel Mies. Ooh, that's a hard question. That question came from one Mr. Elbrick. I'll tell you, I think it's the hardest question of the day. Should have been worth a couple hundred of points. What is the projection of kids who will become diabetic due to westernized diets? 1 of 3, 1 of 7, 1 of 12, or 1 out of 20? Correct answer is
1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. That one coming in from Mrs. Shimbra, late. She was excited. She said, look, we got to talk about food deserts here. Here's what we need to know and realize as it relates to health class. Number 4. Which apparition of Mary spoke in the country's native language?
Our Lady of Greechwald.
I think you
I
pronounced
think
that absolutely
sounded
perfect.
pretty
I could
good.
tell, Sam, by your
Yeah.
100,000,000% confidence in how you pronounced it.
Mhm.
Question number 5. It took an international team of scientists blank years to sequence and map all of the genes in the human genome. Answer? Bridget Agresta on the spot. 4.
No idea.
A year, 13 years, or 22. Bridget says 13. 13 is correct. 13 was the correct answer. Number 6, coming from the English department, Sly and the Family Stone was well known for which of the following songs? Everyday People, YMCA, One Day, or Imagine? Correct answer. Everyday People. I'll tell you, after making this trivia, I've had that song stuck in my head for about a week and a half now. Number 7, food deserts are most likely to exist in communities: rural communities, urban communities, suburban communities, and southwestern communities. Correct answer.
Urban.
Urban community, Sam. Correct. What country was formerly a part of the Soviet Union? France, Germany, Uzbekistan, or Turkey? This one coming from Coty out of the gym from our students' presentations. Correct answer.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan, Sam, is correct. Uzbekistan. Good. Number 9, what 16th century world power first colonized the Philippines? A, Portugal, B, France, C, United States. European power, Sam. Who wrote this question? Obviously not a U.S. history teacher. That guy needs to get his stuff together. Correct answer is
Spain.
D, Spain. Was that your board?
Yes, that was
It
my
was.
board.
Beautiful board.
Yes.
Beautiful board. And question number 10. Blank is the process in which low-income homeowners are pressured to move by raising house markets from wealthier neighbors moving in. Correct answer, A, gentrification.
That is correct.
Gentrification.
That's
There
100%
are the 10.
confidence.
There are the 10. Let's see how our mathematicians are doing. Looking for an update.
Do we spoil the 200s?
Do we spoil the 2 100s? I don't think so.
I don't think we do.
I don't
we
think
wait.
so. I think we asked for a first place, third place, and fourth place.
Well, the first
Oh.
places are going to be the 2 100s, Mr. Hasty.
Well,
that's
that's
how
a
math
good
works.
point. I was testing you to see if you're paying attention. Give us the.
Congratulations to
give us
we'll
the-
go. We'll go. Mr. Newton's one of them. Mr. Newton representing hard. It's
Let's
you know
go.
this Easter season's about to end. He's tired. His classes are representing well. So good job, Mr. Newton's.
Good.
We got this is questionable. We have Taylor and Rodenberg teaming up together. That's
Oh,
probably about 75 kids. With
I don't know.
That's a little
It's a
heavy.
lot.
And they all got to see the gem too.
Yeah, I know. We'll call it fair, but they're
Okay.
the teams to beat. So good luck to all you beating about
Okay.
an eighth of the school.
We're chasing Mr. Newton, Mr. Taylor, and Mr. Rodenberg. Mr. Newton, Coach Taylor, Coach Rodenberg. Okay, here we go. Moving into round number 2. 10 questions, starting with question number 1.
What future president traveled with George Washington to visit the city of Newport in 1970?
1790, Sam. Good test, making sure they're listening. I'm with you,
yeah,
Sammy.
yeah.
Question number 2. In which Middle Eastern city and country was architect Zaha Hadid born? Question number 3.
Implicit bias is best defined as blank.
Question number 4. Our Lady of Kipo is also referred to as blank.
Number 5, Sly and the Family Stone insist we got blank in their song Everyday People.
Question number 6. Most scientists argue that humans evolved on what continent?
Number 7, how many ethnic groups exist in Myanmar?
Good. Question number 8. When did the military coup start in Myanmar?
Number 9, what is the most famous American painting in the world according to art historians?
Perfect. Great question. And rounding out the 10 questions of round 2. Coming in from Mr. Stratton himself. In Egyptian art, blank is considered the most beautiful person to have ever existed. Here we go. The code for round 2. Round 2 is royals with a capital R. Royals with a capital R. 7 minutes is going to begin now. 7 minutes. Here we go. Submit your answers. We got our mathematicians again working hard. I'm going to allow Rowdy to come in. Take a seat, answer some of Sam Searing's questions here. Sam has some barn burgers.
I got
Rowdy,
you.
I hope you're ready.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Rowdy can't talk. What happened? Sam, come on, man.
So
Yes or no
rowdy.
questions. Thumbs up or down.
Do you like what is your favorite language you'll speak? Like, would you rather speak what's your favorite, most favorite language that you would speak? If you were to speak a language, Okay. Spanish, German, 2, or 3, French, or Italian? Which one? Show me a number if you can use your fingers. Oh, Spanish. Oh, you like that? What? Do you like Un Poco Loco and Coco? Yes, I love that song. I would totally. Can you play an instrument? You can't.
Okay.
I can't play an instrument too. I'm sorry, I can't. Yes, together. We're together. Man, I love talking with him. This is so much fun. I've had a good time. Mr. Hensey's back. Take your seat.
Always a great honor to have Rowdy. Always a great honor to be in Rowdy's presence.
Also, a question for you: if you could speak any language or sing, if you want to sing, what would it be?
Man, if I could speak any language, ich spreche Deutsch, ja, natürlich.
Oh wow!
Or,
I was not ready for that.
ja, was machst du gern in deiner Freizeit?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
What are you doing?
Oh, free time?
Big German.
Darf ich auf ins Kino gehen? May I go to the movies? Just
I'll go to the
tidbits,
movies.
little weird random things here and there that I remember as a fourth-year German student.
What other languages do you know? You know any?
Parlez-vous anglais?
Is that French?
Yeah, look at Sam Searing. And that's about it. That's the only French I know. I'll tell you, I spent about 2 months in France, and that sentence got me through pretty much every day. Because if the answer was yes, perfect, great to see you. How are you? Hopefully you can help me. And if it was no, it was merci beaucoup, au revoir. I forget goodbye, but
I don't know.
yeah. Thank you.
Where else have you been?
Where else have I been? I have been to
Yeah.
Belgium.
No kidding.
I have been to the Edge, Strasbourg, which has like changed hands between France and Germany like 907,000 times.
Yeah.
So parts of Germany, parts of France, parts of Belgium, parts of Scotland, Ireland, and England.
Jeez.
What about you?
Philippines was in 2019. I haven't really been out of like the country. We went to Michigan, we went to Florida,
Great state.
Carolinas.
Yeah.
We were planning to go to California. I have never been to California yet. I really want to go.
Yeah. My sister lives in San Diego. Beautiful, beautiful this time of year, as it is every time of year. Pretty fascinating.
I have an aunt that lives in Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada, even though it's like cold there.
Mathematicians working diligently hard, as everybody can see.
I love Detroit.
Working
Detroit
very
Lions.
hard, very hard. Teachers, just an update. You're at the 3 minutes, 15-minute mark. 3 minutes, 15 minutes. Try and stay focused as Sam Searing continues to try and distract you. Easy
Ooh.
feat for Sam.
We got our first 100 in a couple minutes ago.
First 100 already. Maybe this round was a little bit easier. I think I limited the number of questions Mr. Elbrig was allowed to submit in this round.
I'm not going to tell you who, but I will say that I'm proud of the freshmen.
The Froshies coming in with a
Freshmen,
100?
Sophomore, majority freshmen, a lot of sophomores.
Okay, wow.
But
Good for
We
the
got
class
some
of
young ones among them.
2025.
no,
We got some young ones among us.
Oh no! Put it in the microwave. Just try it. Just see how bad it is. What? You guys, I was in the hallway just now and they were all screaming. Do you want crackers?
Yeah. A lot of 90s here.
A lot of 90s.
Ooh, just
What's-
got a 60 in.
60. What's the question people are missing? That's what I would love to know.
Oh, Mr. Crosby disappointed.
Mr. Crosley. And Mr. Crosley was a sleeper here, I feel like. I think he's...
No, let's go like make
You're gonna eat it?
Tell me about Mr. Large down there in room 106. Probably the best room in the building, I must say. Oh, wow. Okay.
I like
Mrs.
that.
Gomez giving dirty looks.
The guidance office is the best.
The
Yeah.
guidance
Oh.
office.
If we weren't, it wouldn't even be fair at this point.
I think the auditorium is the best.
Mr.
choir room?
Phil Anderson with the lowest score coming in.
Okay, I'm not going to repeat that out loud. Mrs. Maley is casting shade towards Mr. Anderson,
Actually, on this one's not.
arguing, suggesting Mr. Anderson's group's got to pick it up here a little bit, it sounds like to me.
Our friend, our dear friend Scott Hauser.
Scott Hauser's
Within 100.
100. Oh, man. Good thing I doubled down in game, live action. Teachers, this is the 1 minute warning. 1 minute. You're down to 1 minute. If you have not submitted yet, you are down to 1 minute.
How many rounds are there? Because 3? So,
Copy and paste, and we'll compare it.
huh?
No, I think that's it.
I can't tell what you're saying.
Oh no, we have 2 more.
2 more what? 2 more perfects? 2 more
We
100s?
have some people that didn't submit first round that did submit second round.
Interesting.
Oh, man.
Suspicious.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Could have to go to judicial review here.
Could I have to go to some?
We'll have to have Mrs. Bone check the bylaws. Callie, if you would please. See if you can go find Mrs. Bone.
Room 103.
103.
Oh, one to pass.
Teachers, this is a 10-second countdown. 10, 9, finish up, submit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and submit. Submit. Trying to buy you time. Our mathematicians are still over here diligently scouring through the Excel sheets while they are finishing up round 2. They will give us a leaderboard going into the final round, round 3. Answers to round 1 here very quick. What future president traveled with George Washington to visit the city of Newport? Correct answer.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson is correct. Question number 2. In which Middle Eastern city and country was architect Zaha Hadid born? Correct answer.
Baghdad.
Baghdad, Iraq. Baghdad, Iraq is correct. Number 3. Implicit bias is best defined as
When we have attitudes towards people or associate
stereotypes subconsciously.
Perfect. That was
Yeah.
we're in sync there.
Yeah. Our Lady of Kibo is also referred to as
Mother of the world.
Mother of the World is
I
correct.
learned that in religion class.
Number 5. I found this one to be challenging. The song was stuck in my head all week. You had to pay close attention to the lyrics, Sam. I wonder how many people got it. Sly and the Family Stone insists we got
To live together.
to live together.
Yes.
To live together in their song, Everyday People. Number 6. Most scientists argue that humans evolved on what continent?
Africa.
Man, if you didn't know that from today and you took world history, you owe me money. Owe me money. Number 7. How many ethnic groups exist in Myanmar?
10.
10 is correct. When did the military coup start in Myanmar?
2021.
2021 is correct. Number 9. What is the most famous American painting in the world according to art historians?
American Gothic.
American Gothic. I thought for sure the Gleaners when I saw that come through from Mr. Stratton.
Right.
Number 10. In Egyptian art, blank is considered the most beautiful person to have ever existed.
Nefertiti.
That judges pronunciate close enough. We'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Nefertiti is correct. Is correct. That rounds out the second round. 10 questions.
We have a 3-way tie.
3-way tie from the mathematicians.
3-way tie for first. We have Mr. Hausers with 190. Mr.
Woo!
Newton with 190.
Mr. Hauser, Mr. Newton,
And
190.
then the Taylor Rodenberg party in the SLC.
It's
the
The dream
dream team.
team.
It's a dream team. All those endorphins from lifting weights and stuff. You know, it's
In-
good for the brain. Take
in
APC,
third.
folks.
In third.
But I will say, with 20 points back, we have 16 teams within 20 points. So it really anybody's
Okay,
game.
this is
It's
anybody's game.
It is
Anybody's game.
time.
Here we go. For round 3. Teachers, go ahead and complete the opening questions for round 3 so that we can make sure to distribute the points to the correct team. Again, 19 teams jockeying for the Our Family Day Trivia Championship. For round 3, for sake of time, we are going to skip on our end reading through the 10 questions just to make sure that you get the complete promised allotted time of 7 minutes. If you jump now to round 3, The access code for round 3 is a capital R. That is it. Capital R.
Good
Simple.
luck, folks.
Very complicated.
Oh.
Very, 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 very complicated. Reminds me of Coach Wance's Canvas quiz passcodes. At one point, I thought they were no? Unbreakable.
Chapter
Yeah, they were
7-8 quiz.
pretty tough.
Chapter 7-8 quiz.
That was the last one.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
We have a lot
Allie
of game
Phelps, you
left
cannot be
today.
giving away Canvas quiz code.
My
We should
bad.
let them focus.
Mrs. Maley wants us to let you guys focus because this is, again, anybody's game. We're going to step
What does
away
the
here
winner
for a
get?
second.
What does the winner get, Mr. Macy?
Very good question, Mrs. Maley.
I heard it was bragging rights.
Bragging rights. I heard it was. Look at this. Look who's back.
Rowdy coming back for the final. Wants to congratulate the champion. Also joining us, a special host today, the one, the only, Mr. Tim Chrisman. It is National Dean Appreciation Day. So if you have not swung by and given Tim Chrisman
Yes.
a giant high five and a hug, make sure you swing by and see him. Can we also get a round of applause for Mr. Gomez? Mr. Gomez coming in today, a guest presenter for our foreign language departments. From all accounts, absolutely did a fabulous job today. We cannot thank Mr. Gomez enough. Well, our mathematicians are looking
Wow, whoa,
shocked.
whoa. First 2 in, both 100.
First 2 in are hundreds.
Whoa.
Man, this could be
This
interesting.
could be it.
This could be interesting.
I'm sorry, first 3 in. Oh, Mr. Walters breaking the streak.
AP Lit, not 100.
But the next one in, 100.
Wow.
There's a
Smarties.
lot of game left to play.
Sounds
I mean,
like this round was
too easy.
too easy.
Not for Mr. Walters.
I cannot believe Mrs. Gomez put these questions together. We got to up that rigor. We got to up that rigor, Mrs. Gomez. I'm hearing a lot of complaints about the difficulty of the round. Teachers, you're down to about 3.5 minutes here. Down to about 3.5 minutes. Mrs. Maley computing as the scores come in, still suggesting
Do not
that it
believe
is
you don't have to play.
anybody's game. Anybody's
Talk.
game.
On the clock.
Holy
Not
smokes.
a game left to play here, folks.
Rowdy is sitting anxiously waiting. As you can tell, body language is like 90%, right?
For Rowdy? Not being
Oh,
negative.
for Rowdy, 100%.
Oh,
Everybody else.
it's exciting. You know, I just want it to be a bigger game.
We have a lot of 100.
A lot of 100s.
100s.
A lot of 100s. Sam, we got to add that to our notes for next year. Do
Yeah.
not let Mrs. Gomez come up with round 3
Wow.
questions.
The hundreds are rolling in. Rolling in. Look at this.
Really, no one's gotten anything less than an 80. Everyone's doing really well this year.
Looks like bragging rights for everybody.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes.
You might need a tiebreaker here.
We should have a tiebreaker here. The NFL, do you find it fascinating the NFL has to have a 2-minute warning? Like, who needs a 2-minute warning? Like, you got to stop the game, go to a commercial, and remind everybody that there's
The
2
NFL
minutes?
is a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is Mrs. Maley.
Congratulations,
Returning us
Mr.
back
North, on your
to
first 100.
Mr. North with his first 100. Absolutely fantastic.
About time.
If at first you do not succeed,
Try
try.
again. Oh, Mr. Looks like we know who's definitely in getting first, but will there be more?
Oh
I
boy.
think.
It looks like
Oh,
we already
looks like we already have
we have a-
second place.
we have
tied
a
for first.
the potential
Two of my favorite people.
for a first
Looks like a
place
rock, paper,
tie
scissors tournament
potentially.
coming soon.
Now we gotta wait for the last.
We are at the 1 minute warning,
We have
Sam.
a lot-
1
lot-
minute.
TikTok on
More
the
to
clock.
submit. We had. let's see,
Lots of submissions still to come in.
3. We have about 3 or 4 more to come in. See, Mr. North is texting me. I'm sure this is going to be.
Oh man, Mr. North is
Mr. North with
texting.
the side banter.
And I'm back on. All
That's all
alone.
you say.
All me.
You're gonna finish your cupcake.
We have like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, finish it
Time's
up.
running out.
Do you want to just do the first 3?
and a hard cupcake.
Yes.
What's up, Rowdy? You want another question? Here, come sit down.
Oh, you wanna go?
All right. So this is about accents. What would be the best accent you would get? Like, how about like that Boston accent or a British accent? Okay, so Boston, British, Australian. What's another one? Do you have another one?
Country.
Country?
Like Southern.
Southern accent. So Boston, British, Australian, Southern accent. Three. Australian.
Two.
He likes the didgeridoo.
1, and that is time. That is time. Results still coming in. We're going to go quickly through round 3 answers as we figure out a winner. Which amendment to the Constitution guarantees religious freedoms to the United States?
The First Amendment.
First Amendment. Implicit bias can affect journalists' reporting. When this reporting heavily favors Western ideas or culture, this reporting is impacted by Eurocentrism. Mr. Bonich, heavy lesson. Number 3, how many apparitions of Mary are recognized in the United States?
Hey, I learned this in religion too.
1.
Oh.
1, 8, 1.
Oh, 1. Yes.
What?
One in Michigan. One in Michigan.
Hello.
8 overall.
4, race
Hey,
and
I'm
skin
sorry,
colors
I'm not
most
reading this right.
impacted by levels of
Melanin.
melanin is correct. India celebrates its Independence Day on August 15th. Independence from Britain came in the year
1947.
1947 is correct. The first effort to determine all of the human DNA pairs is called.
The Human Genome Project.
That is correct. Number 7, the scientific tool used to create DNA fingerprints is.
Polymerase chain reaction.
Number 8, what is the largest country in Central America?
Nicaragua.
Number 9, what is the most practiced religion in Ireland?
Roman Catholicism.
Good. And number 10, when is Our Lady of Guadalupe's feast day?
August 15th.
August 15th. Also, Marilyn Hasty's birthday. Those of
Wow.
you
A lot of
wondering, yeah, shout out to my mother as well. And our mathematicians.
All right, we
Ah.
have a 3-way tie.
3-way tie
First place.
for first.
It's Mr. Hauser.
Mr.
Good
Hauser!
prediction. Good predicting. Mr. Newton
Mr. Newton!
and Mr. Rodenberg and Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Rodenberg and Mr. Taylor. Holy cow. We have a way to divvy out that 3-way tie through Final Jeopardy. However, the issue is we have run out of time.
3 o'clock.
We have run out of time. I apologize. Congratulations, Mr. Newton, Mr. Hauser, Coach Rodenberg, Coach Taylor, and your classes on your first place finish. We are now going to transition over to the PA, and we will say prayer followed by our blessing.
All right, students, listen up here.